of us are being left out and left behind. America's promise is also being threatened by the forces of the radical right, people like Rush Limbaugh and Michelle Bachmann and Grover Norquist. And in addition, huge corporations are squelching and drowning our voices because of the Citizens United decisions, PAC money, and huge special interest funds. Now, to all those who are worried and anxious and concerned and fearful, I offer confidence in our ability as communities, as a commonwealth, and as a country of diverse people and diverse voices to overcome such obstacles. America and Massachusetts have a long and successful history of continuous improvement and progress, of responding to adversity with courage, resilience, and ingenuity. As a free people, we have always adapted, changed, created, and improved our collective situation whenever we have faced threats to a better future. And on my walk, I have seen that courage and that resilience and that ingenuity time and time again. In Fitchburg, a manufacturing company and the city government joining in a public-private partnership to lower energy costs at the manufacturing plant and keep 200 jobs in the city. In Western Massachusetts, the corporate owner of a paper mill with 120 jobs was about to close it, but the management team stepped in, took some risk, partnered with the local bank and received community support, bought the mill, kept it open, and kept the jobs. In Quincy, a visionary $1.6 billion development is going on right now in the middle of the city that will revitalize the downtown and put thousands back to work. And in Roxbury, just a couple of days ago, I was with a nonprofit that's using local, state, and federal funding to provide 16 to 24-year-olds construction skills and apprenticeships, turning them away from gangs and violence and drugs and offering them a better path and a brighter future. These are the success stories that I have seen and heard along my walk, and there are dozens of others out there across Massachusetts to provide all of us confidence in a better future. And so I offer to be your voice, a voice proclaiming our collective ability to overcome adversity, to preserve America's promise for all of us. As your next senator in Washington, I vow to carry your voices to the halls of Congress, to advocate for your priorities, to shout out your visions, your ideas, your successes, your solutions, all for a brighter future. And here's the vision that many of you have shared with me on this walk. We want a just and fair society that rewards hard work, good citizenship and responsibility. We want job opportunities so that we can grab onto that rung of the middle class ladder and pull ourselves up. We want great schools so that we can be the best educated citizens and workforce throughout the world. We want a stable economy that preserves and grows the value of our homes and retirement savings. We want health care that is accessible, affordable, and of high quality. We want an environment that is protected from selfishness and carelessness.
There we go.
We want a tax policy in which the super rich contribute their fair share of the price of our civilization. Security that comes from a strong national defense that is not overextended beyond our borders, and we want a Congress that puts the people first rather than themselves. Now, while walking, I have also seen the potential of people to turn crisis into opportunity. The crisis that I have seen and felt with my own feet and seen with my own eyes is our crumbling infrastructure. The opportunity is to put people back to work rebuilding it. I have seen the rundown and decaying and rusting of our roads and bridges and dams and tunnels. Our public transportation system is woefully outdated, falling apart, in desperate need of upgrades. Here's what we need to do together. $20 billion worth of maintenance for our roads, bridges, dams, and tunnels in order to make businesses and workers more productive. $1 billion for broadband in Western Mass. They don't have it now. They can't even get online so that people can start small businesses in the future. The 16% unemployment rate in cities like Fall River and New Bedford. $500 million to extend the T's Blue Line from Revere to Lynn, and $900 million to extend the Tees Green Line from Cambridge to Somerville. We need to pay off the $8 billion in debt that resides on our state transportation system right now, so that we can buy new locomotives and upgrade the tracks. And we need another $500 million to double the number of parking spots that are out there for commuters. In total, that's over $36 billion. That's a lot of money. The state budget here is only $30 billion. Towns and cities are broke. We don't have it, and that's why we need federal government support. And that's what I will advocate for down in the United States Congress.
There we go.
So the idea, and I have heard this echoed from hundreds of people on my walk, is that we need to get the money spent in Iraq and Afghanistan and bring that money home and invest it right here. Create new jobs. And while we're at it, let's end the Bush tax cuts on the super rich that created the deficit problem in the first place, and use those funds to rebuild our infrastructure and put carpenters and electricians and pipe fitters and sheet metal workers and engineers back to work. That's what I want to do as your United States Senator, and that's just one example of how I will use your voices and my experiences together to make Massachusetts a better state and make this nation a better country. Now, my experiences are very relevant to the challenges that we are facing as a nation. You all know what they are. They involve the economy, jobs, budgets, finance, our debt, national security, and the role of our government in our society. The people of Massachusetts have told me again and again that they want a United States Senator who has skills and abilities in all of these areas, as I do. They want an effective legislator who can solve real problems with real solutions, as I have done at the State House. And the majority of folks that I have met want someone who can win, someone who can beat Scott Brown, someone who knows how to win against an incumbent Republican, as I have done. These are my experiences, and no one else in this race, declared or undeclared, has all of them like I do. Finally, I pledge to lead by example in Washington. I have refrained from accepting lobbyist money, PAC money, special interest money, so that your voices are not drowned out by others. And when the Great Recession hit, I turned down a pay raise as a state representative, which made me the lowest paid state legislator in the entire Commonwealth. I will refuse, going forward if I am elected, to accept the gold-plated health care plan that members of Congress had unless or until all of you have access to that exact same plan. I pledge to put all of you first. I am a public servant here to help you and create a better future for you and your families. Now, we look forward to the next phase of this campaign and this race. I am ready. I am ready to win. I have walked the state. I have met people from all walks of life. I have seen what you can only see when you walk with people and talk with people in their own neighborhoods, amidst their own families and schools and communities and workplaces. What I know is that the vast majority of the voices that I have heard are voices that are not being heard by those people in Washington, D.C.